Fam, life is hard, blood. With the rate of inflation going up, with the interest rates going up, with cost of living going up, gas prices, electric prices going up, and that's just proving how hard life is, blood. And the only way to make it easier is to actually have a hard life. What does that mean? It means to actually put in the hard work, the grind and the sacrifice and that. Like I say all the time, one of my favourite quotes is there's pain to becoming important and there's pain in not becoming important. And obviously I like to add my little bit. If you're not putting the work in your youth, you will suffer in your elderly age, blood. I just done watching one of my cost of living videos and that. It was so what's the date today? It's the 30th of September 2023, yeah. So I don't even know when I made that video. I might have made that video last year, because like I say, I've got videos right now. I've got videos booked up until February of 2025. Yeah, I've still got videos, like 20 videos that are private, and I'm like, I don't even need to schedule them in 2025. I might just start releasing them. So if you lot have noticed, yeah, obviously I don't know when I'm gonna release this video, but at some point you was getting like, instead of having like 3 videos a week, I was giving you like 5 or 6 in it. Anyway, I was watching that video about the cost of living. It's the one where I'm wearing the yellow jacket, and I noticed throughout that video I was doing more talking than reacting. But obviously you lot are not watching the videos because you want to see the content on its own. You want to hear me talk. You like hear me just, you get me going at it and that, innit? So obviously I'm doing my job well, innit? But yeah, I remember there was one scene in the video, and there was one guy, just some older man or whatever, innit? He's 60 years old, and as I'm watching it, I'm sitting right outside my barber shop in Tottenham right now. Big up man like John Barber. I'm watching it, and I'm thinking to myself, because I mentioned in the reaction video, this guy's like double my age, so he has to be at least 60. I'm thinking to myself, that's how you know a man's doing something wrong, and I, as a man, is doing something right. When someone who is double my age is doing so much more worse than me. Yeah, I can't even use the word worse or bad in my situation. What I'm saying is, if I'm at a certain level, man that's older than me, man that's double my age, should be doing a lot better than me, because you have more time, blood. That's how you know a man's on a jolt thing, blood. That's how you know a man didn't put in the work, the effort and the sacrifice and that, blood. I'm telling you, if he invested in properties and he was sitting on 5 properties, he would not be in his position, blood. Impossible. How the fuck you got 5 properties bringing you in money and that? Yeah, you might not be driving a Ferrari. You might not be going on 6 holidays a year and that. But I'm telling you, you will be living comfortable. You wouldn't be like that guy sitting in a warm bank. What's a warm bank? A warm bank's almost like a homeless shelter for people that can't afford to heat their homes. So obviously right now it's July and that. So it's summer, innit? So, you know, you don't even need to put the heating on in your yard. Me, I still put the heating on in my house here and there. But to be fair, I told my girl the other day, don't bother put the heating on in the house to heat up a 3-bed house. If you're going to sit in one room in it, just use the fan heater and that. So, yeah, that warm bank thing is for people that can't afford to put the heating on in their yard. So they go and sit in this warm bank place or whatever, in it. And as I'm watching it, and I'm sure I said in the video as well, that place there is almost like, it's almost like a homeless shelter for people that have a home. You see them people there, they're basically one energy top up away from freezing in their yard. So that's why they have to sit in a warm bank and that, because they can't even afford to sit in their own house, in their own private space and just relax. Yeah, they're sitting there with 6 jackets on, 2 pairs of G's and 3 woolly hats on. These fucking people, man, man are making out noise. I'm sure I wonder if you lot can hear that on the video. Black man making out noise as usual on Tottenham High Road. But yeah, man, you got people out here struggling and that. Why are they struggling? Because they ain't putting the work. They ain't putting the work in the classroom. And I'm not saying that you have to be a doctor or a lawyer. I'm not saying you have to have letters before and after your name like you're an algebraic equation. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you do put in the work, if you do study hard, if you do grind, if you do make sacrifice and that, blood, you're going to be well off, blood. Or you're going to be living decent. You're going to be living comfortable. You ain't going to be freezing in the yard. But at the same time, even if you do earn a lot of money, you still got to learn the skills it takes and develop the mindset of living below your means, blood. Because if you earn 30 grand a year and you live like you earn, if you're spending 25 grand a year, well, you're almost living at your means. If you earn 100 grand a year If you spend 90 grand a year, you're almost living at your means. If you earn a mil, if you spend 950 grand, then you're basically living at your means in that. So if you're earning 30 grand a year, you'd have to live like you're earning 18. If you're earning 70, you have to live like you're earning 40. Yeah. If you're earning a mil, you have to live like you're earning 300. Yeah. You got to live well below your means. Yeah. Obviously, that don't mean obviously if you're a millionaire and that you have to live like you're a poor man and that. But you got to find that healthy balance, innit? But yeah, life is hard, man. And if you don't put in the work, you're just gonna make it 10 times harder. I've said this a few times, I'm gonna say it again. These people who decide, like right now I'm sitting behind, oh, I thought it was an X3. It's actually one of them BMW 2 Series. It's like, so you get the normal 2 Series that looks like a sports kind of car, innit? Then you get some other kind of 2 Series that's more like a SUV, like a family kind of car, innit? I thought it was an X3. I was just about to say, you got people driving these X3s and that, or X5s and that. When you lease a car and you're spending like 500, 600, 700 pounds a month, you are adding an unnecessary weight to your race. You see, life is a race. It's a race against yourself. Forget everyone else around you. Yeah, you can use them as like as a gauge. Oh, where should I kind of be at this age? And you understand what I'm trying to say? But life is a race against yourself. If you add extra bills, extra unnecessary direct debits, you are going to run slower. It's like, imagine you're using a race with, I don't know, the top 100 meter sprinters in the world. Usain Bolt, Johan Blake, Justin Gatlin and them man there. Nesta Carter, big him up as well. Who's the runner for Britain? Dwayne Chambers and that. If you had to go out and compete against them lot, would you want to be running a race with a 10-kilo backpack on your back? No fucking way, blood. So when you lease these expensive cars and you add an extra £500 to your monthly direct debits and that, you're adding unnecessary weight to your race, blood, and that can affect you, whether that could determine whether you meet affordability to buy a property as well. Literally, you literally are adding an unnecessary weight to your race, blood. I'm so glad. Obviously, it's tempted to want to get a new car, nice little flash thing, you get me? Especially with me and my car. You see my car check. You see my fucking, my steering wheel, my handbrake, the window that, you get me, is all mashed up. I got the window trim all falling down and that. I've tucked it in right now, but if I was to open up the door, I'll just show you what. Yeah, look how nuts the window trim is, blood. These are the magic tricks that man has to do. Yeah, that's it. It's easy and it's tempted to want to get a nice little flashy car and spend an extra £500, but blood, that's an extra direct debit, blood. Yeah, £500 is here. These people that are on the breadline and that, if they had an extra £500, they wouldn't be starving. Yeah, there's people using a warm bank right now, innit? So I'm not even gonna say it's my opinion. It is a fact. It's a waste of money, yeah, or it's an unnecessary direct debit. It's an unnecessary weight you're adding to your race. If you take out these cars on finance and that, if you want to go on these holidays where you have to use your credit card to put the down payment down for the holiday, man, it's silliness. But like I said in the beginning of the video, life is hard, and if you don't put in the work, in your youth, you're gonna suffer in your elderly age, bro. Yeah, at some point, you're gonna have a hard life. Yeah, you pick to have a hard life and have a quiet life and live a humble life. Yeah. So at some point in your life, you're going to live a hard life and you're going to have a humble life, yeah? You can either choose that to be in your youth, when you're a young person, or you have that in your elderly age. Or you can choose to have a good life throughout your youth, but then you're going to have a hard life in your elderly age, innit? So you have to pick your poison, innit? Me personally, I'd rather have a hard life, have a humble life when I'm a young person, and then relax and enjoy life when I'm an old man, rather than have a nice good life when I'm a young person and then be struggling when I'm an old person. Because remember, when you're an old person, you might not have the energy, you might not have the drive, the ambition. Anyway, that's it for today, man. Stay wise. Done now.